Today we're using my long-range ASG 89 class setup here in Black Ops 6 Season 3. I made an overpowered class setup that you guys can dominate lobbies with. Let's get right into the attachments. For my first attachment for my muzzle, I had the monolithic suppressor, so whenever I shoot, I have no minimap firing ping. I'm also gaining 2 ticks of bullet velocity and then 2 ticks of damage range. I slapped this thing on to try it out, and I personally like it a lot. I feel like I've been getting a lot more one-shot kills with this thing on, so definitely try this thing out. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 20% to the bullet velocity, and then the damage at effective range is 3.1, and the damage on that is 30, and then the damage beyond range is 29.3. For my next attachment for my barrel, I had the long barrel, and this is going to give you 1 tick to the damage range, and this is going to give you the most amount of damage range that you can possibly get in the barrel category. I personally love this attachment because it's going to take less shots to kill at those longer ranges, so make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, the damage at effective range is 3.2, and the damage on that is 30, and then the damage beyond range is 30.7. For my next attachment for my underbarrel, I had the Ranger foregrip for 2 ticks of horizontal recoil control as well as 1 tick of sprinting movement speed. I personally love this attachment because it's going to keep your gun from shaking or having a really wonky recoil pattern, as well as give you some sprinting movement speed so you can get up and close to the enemy. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 15% to the horizontal recoil control as well as 6% to the sprinting movement speed. For my next attachment for my magazine, I was using the extended mag 2. I feel like this is all personal preference, but I wanted to have a lot of ammo in my magazine, so if I did need to take those long range gunfights, I had enough ammo to take those. For my next attachment for my rear grip, I had the ergonomic grip, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of dive to fire speed, 3 ticks of slide to fire speed, 2 ticks of ADS speed, and then 2 ticks of jumping ADS speed. If you guys do slide or dive, you are definitely going to love this attachment because if you do slide or dive, you are going to be picking up your weapon extremely fast as well as ADSing fast, and if you do decide to jump while ADSing, that will increase your speed as well, so make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 11% to the ADS speed, 12% to the jump ADS speed, 50% to the slide to fire speed, and then 50% to the dive to fire speed. For my next attachment for my stock, I had the Infiltrator stock, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of aim walking movement speed. I personally love this attachment because I do strafe a lot, and if you guys don't know what strafing is, it's whenever you're ADS and you're moving left to right. You're going to move extremely fast with this attachment on, so make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 20% to the ADS movement speed. For my next attachment for my laser, I had the tactical laser for the tactical stance, and I personally love this attachment. I feel like it's much easier to get kills with the tactical laser on while on tac stance, so make sure you guys have this on. Finally, for the fire mods, I had rapid fire, and this is going to increase your fire rate. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 5% to the fire rate. Here are all my perks on the screen for the wild card. Make sure you guys are using Gunfighter so that way you guys can have all these attachments. Here are all the attachments on the screen with these stats. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Today we're going to try and use the ASG. I made a different class with like the monolithic suppressor to see if that is a little bit better. I played like one game with it just because the game before him wasn't really that good, and we're already getting thrown a million grenades. That's crazy. Alright, my aim was just garbage there. Sit on this hill for the 50 points so that way I can get my... Alright, we gotta get out of here. We gotta be up here. I think they're actually spawning here, if I'm not mistaken.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point active. Hard point is secure.
At some point I do need to make a I do gonna make a 5 attachment class at some point. And this kid literally rounded the corner and pre-fired me. What a nerd.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Of course, throws the trophy system immediately. I don't know if they're spawning here anymore. I don't think so.
Hardpoint located.
In that
Hardpoint
corner.
locked down.
Oh, I low-key forgot. I usually use that other perk, but I am using I use slipstream usually with the shotguns, but this time I'm using all the green perks. Bro, what a nerd. He's using trophies.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Bro, where is this trophy, man?
Enemy RCXD detected. Hardpoint locked down.
Oh, if I caught that, I probably would have died. Yeah, no stim shots. Dude, do you see stun, RCXD, grenade, Femtex?
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
It's fine, you can have that hard point. We'll have this one.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint is secure.
Alright, I destroyed his RCXD and killed him with it. That's perfect. But I also died in the process. Did the last game in Dom, I couldn't talk at all. It was like my teammates were non-existent. It was me constantly going back to the flag solo, so it was really annoying. I'm glad I backed out of that game because I just found this game and that was perfect timing, I guess. I don't know if you guys keep up with the phase like drama and all that, but I think it's pretty funny. Lacey basically stole one of Kayson's rated Pokemon cards and snapped it in half, like just cut it in half. I don't even know why. But I saw the retaliation that Kayson did. He basically paint gunned his whole setup. That was crazy. Over a Pokemon card is crazy. The fact that people pay so much for those is wild. Alright, we're really close off. Alright, I don't know what you were doing, but it wasn't working for you. Yeah, I couldn't get up and I didn't, I honestly just wanted to get the points for hopping on that hill. I kind of choked there.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Enemy field upgrade. Everyone is equal in this field
Hardpoint
upgrade
is secure.
destroyed.
UAV mission timeline.
Field upgrade destroyed. Tactical increase.
Go my war machine and go my hater.
Operator establishing
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Flying off.
must play fair.
Hardpoint locked down.
Look, you going crazy with this thing.
Hardpoint located.
Stone requesting LVDR. Requesting recon above.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Deploying Archangel.
Dude, they are just sitting in this house. There's one in the corner. There's one up top sitting on this little balcony, and look at him. And I think they just all flipped.
Attack calling in scorestreaks.
Deploying Archangel.
Honestly, didn't mind this war machine in this game. It really isn't that too bad. It's sort of similar in the way of like BO3s, but not really in the same way. Same way as the fact that it shoots and then shoots 3 more. In the way that the BO3 one did, but this one's sort of a burst. It doesn't like shoot singular shots.
Hardpoint active.
The old one shot singular shots and basically...
Hardpoint is secure.
Alright, I'm not peeking that with this. We definitely gotta be spawning here
Hostiles
though.
have captured the hardpoint. Hostile scout pulse in your AO.
Oh my god, I thought I was gonna blow up myself. They gotta be like flipped, right? Stupid play by me, and these spam calls keep calling me. I don't even know who these people are.
Enemy field.
We ain't doing too bad with this thing.
Enemy shooting.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint located. Hardpoint is secure.
I didn't really mind the shotgun in this game. It's not too bad.
Hardpoint is active.
Definitely with the monolithic suppressor, I feel like there is a difference. I feel like there is a higher chance of getting a one-shot kill. You're really just gonna want to peek around corners while ADS like this, just so you can get the jump on people.
I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
And you get to stay stealthy on the map, so that's also a bonus. With the damage range and bullet velocity, super cool. Alright, teammate, you can chill off the hill just for a little bit.
Detonating
You really don't need to sit on that thing.
Mission timeline expired. UAV are
Alright, that was the dumbest play, but we still got the war machine. That, I don't know, I thought he was...
Hardpoint
Didn't know what he was
identified.
looking at, if I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think he was looking at me, to be fair.
Stone authorizing Hellstorm deployed.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint is secure.
Well, I think everyone left. But there we go. We got the win. You guys are new. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace.